So in this video, we're going to do something pretty easy. It is one of the animations that I did from the Mr. Beast video, and it's this animated text shadow effect. Very easy to implement, very quick to do. All the coding's been done for you. In this example, I've got 3 different types that I'm going to be showing you. It's going to be this more 3D effect that goes up and down. All of this is totally customizable, by the way. Then we've got a more natural text shadow. This one's also animated a bit in there. And then this third one, you won't be able to see it very easily on this particular background. But this one is more of a glowing around, which is really cool for dark backgrounds. And I've given the code for that one as well here in this tutorial. For those of you who want to download this complete template as you're seeing it over here, in the description of this video, there's going to be a link that's going to take you to this page on the website where you can download the complete template. Very quick to install. You're going to be downloading a zip file and the template's going to be inside there, which you can just import into Elementor. Now, for the rest of you, there's going to be a different link in the description of this video that's going to take you to a reference page. And that one is this one over here. And if you scroll down, it's going to give you all the code and the CSS class names that we're going to be using in this tutorial. So let me show you how to build this effect. Now here in Elementor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this inside a middle of a container. We don't have to get too fancy with this because we are after those effects. So I'm just going to go to container quickly. And this one's going to be full width. The height here, just quickly change it to the H at 100. And then I'm just going to center align everything. So all the headings will just going to be in the middle over here. Then let's go and grab those headings. So we'll just take a heading. And while we're here, we'll just go get a spacer. Okay. Now let's go and quickly design this heading. So over here for the text, I'm just going to say heading to animate. Then under style, I'm just going to stylize this a little bit. I'm going to put it center align. And I'm actually a fan of that canet. So the typography here will be that canet. Alrighty. Then the sizing, let's make it big so you can see it. Maybe make it about a 70. Then the weight, we can crank it up to 900 and uppercase. So it's looking kind of like that. Then under text stroke, I'm going to give this maybe a 2 pixel and I'm going to keep it at black. And then a text color here, I can go with white if I want, but I mean, we can really go with any color that we really want. It doesn't matter. So let's just go with that sort of look over there. Now, I'm going to duplicate this 2 more times. So here on the right hand side, just say duplicate and duplicate. And then the spacer, I'm going to do the same, duplicate, duplicate. So what we'll have is heading, spacer, heading, spacer, heading, spacer. That's perfect, really. Okay, now we're going to get to the good stuff. Now we're going to use an HTML widget. Now you can put it over here inside this container, but what I like to do with extra code is I like to put it at the bottom of the page if it has to be just on that page. Otherwise, it can be a global custom code that you can do in Elementor there. So here, just by habit, I'm just going to get another container. And I'm just going to make sure all the gaps are 0 and the padding is 0. So it doesn't stick out at the bottom of the page. Then I'm going to go grab that HTML widget and just put it in right there. Cool. Now we have everything we need. So let's go to that reference page. Now here in this reference page, we've got these 3 CSS class names. So the first one is that 3D effect, which is this one right over here. Then the second one is the growing shadow, which is going to be this one here. And the bottom one is going to be that spread, which obviously it's this one right there. And again, we can customize this any way we want so it fits the design of your site. So let's go grab this first one. And in this first heading, I'm going to go to advanced and paste that class name in. Then back to reference site, grab the second one, copy, second heading, advanced, CSS class names and paste it in. And finally, we go get the last one, last heading, paste it in. Great. Now the last thing we have to go get is that code. So this code right over here, we just copy it all and we paste it into the HTML widget. And just like that, we've got all the different types of heading animations that we had created there. Now, if I go to the reference page, let's just show it over here nice and clearly so you can see what's going on. So here is that 3D animation one. here is that reboot grow one, and here is that spread. Now you can see that the code is pretty small, and you can change anything you want on these. So like as an example, the code is quite similar to them. So here's the animation, and this is going to be that reference function name, which is going to be right over here. So that's what it's referring to. And this is the speed. So if you don't want it to be 2.5 seconds, you can make it longer, shorter, any way you want. This is a type of easing and that. So if you want power in, out, or any other type of animation effect, you can put whatever you want there. But I found easy in, out is just the best to go with that. Then here in the keyframe section, now this is a text shadow. So now you can see here that we did multiple text shadows so it could make that 3D stacking effect. And we just moved it 1 pixel over every time we reiterated the shadow. So here you can change the colors, you can add more shadows, you can take away, it's all up to you. Same thing with this second one. So if you like this particular second one more, then here it's a lot simpler. It's not as long like this because you don't have to build out a shadow. The same thing really applies. You can change the speed, you can change how it's doing animation and how many loops. Then here we can also change how big the text shadow can be and what color it can be. Now remember, this can take hex codes, okay? So you don't have to just say black, white, red or anything like that. So it's totally up to you and you can totally customize it. Now, like I was saying, this third one, I really like this type of animation over there for dark background. So if I take this third one and I quickly went and added a container here. Let me just add a container here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the background to black. And I'm just going to take this one and put it in there. Now, obviously, you can't see the shadow. But if I go change this shadow to, say, white, you can see how that effect is actually working out there. Now, just remember, I do have the text stroke over here, which is black. So you can, that's why you'll see that line. But if you do this very slowly, it is pretty cool. So if I took this, to say maybe a 4-second speed, and I wanted it to be a bigger spread, so say 15 pixels, let's just exaggerate there a bit more, you can see it does that sort of effect. So you can really play around with these and really customize it any way you want. So I gave you 3 different options here. So definitely something really cool that is going to make your website stand out. This second one is a particular favorite of mine, but this first one over here is how they did it in Mr. Beast's one. So I thought I'd make a tutorial on that sort of effect, but then giving you a whole bunch of different options.
I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing as well. That stuff makes a big difference to a small channel like mine. If you have any suggestions or anything, then just put a comment down below. Let me see what I can do. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.